Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Emerson and my pronouns are they, them. Sorry about the traffic noise. Hopefully it is in focus. I've already tried to film this and So let's get into it. I want to talk about this dream that I had a couple of nights ago that was just so profound and insightful to me. I hadn't written in my journal for months, since March, and I wrote like 8 pages about it because I knew that it was such a big important thing for me to learn. So I want to just preface this quickly by saying I've been going through a lot of changes recently. If you've been watching my vlogs, you would see that. I haven't disclosed like everything I'm going through, but basically just like identity things and just like realizations, unpacking the wounds, trauma, stuff like that. But basically I've been going through a lot of internal changes. I feel like I forgot who I was, and now I know who I am again. Realizing that I need to accommodate for myself and care about myself and be compassionate to myself. And my whole life I have always wanted to help people, and I always wanted to share my love, and basically what that led to was me not saving any for myself. That's just, I don't know, I hope that gives some idea of how I got to this point where I'm now. My mindset has shifted. I have been growing and changing, realizing so many things, but also working on things. So I'm going to be reading from my journal because otherwise it's going to take 10 years. So the overall vibe of this dream was without anxiety, without thought, just the knowing, the love, the real love, the compassion, the putting myself first. Setting the scene, I was traveling in my own car, driving myself, which is different from how, I should say, I was in a long-distance relationship in my early 20s that lasted about 3 years, where he lived in another state 800 miles away. I went to visit him several times. Essentially, it is like my brain showed me that, and I've been struggling. It's happened, it was like 7 to 10 years ago at this point. 8 to 10 years? I'm 31, so it was like 10 years ago. But still, it has been affecting me continuously with like thinking about relationships, thinking about myself. But literally, it was, and what this dream really instilled in me is that I spent all that time as a kid and stuff seeing the world, internalizing it, and just wanting to help others, wanting to find somebody who I could love and we could work through our things together. And realizing literally within this year that the whole time it was just me wanting to love myself and heal myself and be there for myself, because I think you expect it externally, you know? That's where this dream kind of starts. I have to say that before starting it. So I was traveling to another state in my car. That's the difference from real life, is I drove myself. It was like a beach town, which I'm also just like missing the beach so much because I haven't been anywhere for at least 3 years since COVID. The vibe was that I was going there to meet someone that I've been talking to, not going there because I'm dating this guy. It was like literally putting myself first. I wrote down, like, I think it was showing me what real love is. Real love is being open to loving others, but never before loving myself and putting myself first. And realizing that that is the best way to love other people, is to love myself first. Because is that not why I cry when I see someone struggle? Because I feel that, because I have struggled. It is all just me needing to be empathetic, compassionate, and loving to myself first. It is not just a thoughtless process where I can just do it the way it was in this dream, but it's showing me that I do have that within me, and that I have the ability, and that I will get to that point of just not having to think about, am I doing what's right for me? Am I doing what's right for them? I'll just know more and more as I'm growing. Fucking bitch. So yeah, that was the main difference, is that I went there feeling like it was for me, not for him. It was for me to like see if this is the person I want to be with. I was staying at this big house, something like a bed and breakfast or like a hostel or something. I wrote hostile, and then yesterday I heard the word hostel and I'm like, that is not how you spell it. That is not the same word. But basically we're like other tourists and locals all convened, and the vibe was super good. The energy was safe and open. It was just like a good energy, no fear. Really, I imagine like a big house that's like a bed and breakfast. So there's mutual spaces where I talked with people, like just different people. And there was specifically this girl that I had a really positive like interaction with without even like thinking about anything other than just, that's the main part of this dream, was that I just knew and I felt and I didn't think. She had this free positive energy, but I also had that, and that was why I was able to talk to her, talk to people, and view the whole dream in this positive, free from fear kind of way. Yeah, the main thing was that I had that beautiful, open, loving energy because I deeply loved myself to the point where I didn't have to think twice about what is a sacrifice and what is compromise, and just knowing the love for myself. A deep love. You know, there's human love, but then there's real, divine love. Even if you are utterly alone, which is how I have been feeling, completely alone. I have a few people, but social anxiety really makes me feel so alone. Even if nobody loved me. Nobody. Even if I didn't love myself, I am still loved. And it took a long time to fucking get to that realization. Like, that's what it means when people, when they say like, you are love, that is the most pure form. Not relationship love, not human love. Pure love. I mean, like the love that I feel when I look at animals. The love I feel when like the sky is beautiful. Like, that is real. That is the most real and pure, without any type of human ideas on it. So yeah, in the dream, I had this energy. I encountered the girl a couple of times, but it wasn't like I was fixated on her. It wasn't anything like that. So definitely there was like this implied fight argument between me and the guy that I was going to see. It basically, you know, my brain filled in what happened in real life, how things were in real life in that way. So whatever the fight, it doesn't even matter what it was about. It was just the fact that it was like a miscommunication, but where I used to be this way, and I'm still working on not reacting emotionally or defensively or being passive aggressive, and I've been getting so much better at it. Unlike in the past, I did not give the defensiveness, the passive aggressiveness back. I wrote, I didn't fully understand the situation, but I acted as if I was secure in myself and didn't have to fear losing him or things going badly, because I knew that, like, if things didn't work out, I'm not actually losing any love. It could be unfortunate, it could hurt, because you think that this person is going to give you what you need, but you gotta give it to yourself first, and then you won't feel that. It's tricky because I can know all these things, but then when I really am like the real world reality, like the physical world, it's very easy to forget those things. But that's why I'm gonna make this video. That's why I wrote it down. But this dream showed me that I have to be patient with myself and continuously put myself first, and not fall back into the old ways, not minimize myself or dilute myself anymore. It made me feel and know what truly loving myself is. Yeah, and my struggle in being able to share my love without giving myself away. That's why I'm not interested in dating right now. I need to learn how to give myself all that love first, so that there is enough for other people, instead of just giving it to everyone else and having nothing left for myself. It's like that analogy with the cup. Like, you cannot fill someone else's cup if your cup is empty. And my cup has been empty most of my fucking life, and yet I have been pulling some kind of liquid out. I'm not gonna. I've been pulling it out of my ass and giving it to people, and that has literally just destroyed me. It's a solidity and security within myself that no one can take away from me. So we have this little like fight argument that's implied within the dream, where he basically goes back to our room and sulks and just ignores me completely, and, you know, talks to his buddies or whatever, but doesn't give me any thing. But I don't even like feel hurt about it. I go into like the mutual area, and this is also interesting that alcohol is in my dream, but I get an alcoholic drink. It's, for some reason in the dream we're only allowed to have like one small cup. Maybe it's showing me that like alcohol isn't the most terrible thing, it is how people use it. Because I have issues with alcohol and people and alcohol. But literally it wasn't even me trying to cover up how I was feeling or anything like that. It was just me having fun. It was just, I can drink this little drink and chat with people. Not that I needed to chat, like, it was good, like, it was friendly in interactions with the bartender or whatever. The bartender, it was just like this guy standing behind this little table passing out like little paper cups of like white wine. Okay, so I finally go back to the room. It's been, I've let time go by so he can process it or whatever, you know. Yeah, so I want to talk to him about just how feel it or whatever, like whatever, I don't know exactly. I went in there to communicate with him and he just completely ignores me. He's like talking to his friends, or he's playing video games with his friends, like on headset or something, and I'm literally right in front of him. He clearly can see me. So I just decide that I'm gonna leave. You know, it sucks that I'm gonna have to cut my little vacation short, but I'm not gonna, it's clear that if someone is going to act that way to me, that it's not someone I want to be in a relationship with, because they don't know how to communicate. Basically just realizing like, okay, it's okay that if he wants to be this way, that it's okay. And I know that's showing me like in real life, like people can be however they want to be to me, but not without consequences if it is going to affect me badly. Knowing that he would react this way in this little situation was like, okay, he's not where I would want a partner to be mentally to react that way. Not even faulting him for it, just deciding that it's not for me. So I'm packing right in front of him so he clearly can see that I'm packing, that I'm going to be leaving. And the girl walks in. She was my mirror. She was literally showing me the exact energy that I was putting off. She was like, oh, I heard you were leaving. It's so, like, but not even like in a way to make me feel bad, just in like a caring kind of way, like in a way of like exactly the same way that I was. I realize now that she was my mirror. She showed me love the way I loved myself in the dream. Not by asking me to stay for fear of losing me, but by wanting me to do what is right for me. That is real love, not human love, divine love. You can never lose yourself if it stems from love in yourself first. Amazing that a dream showed me this. That's when I decided to stay. Not to stay, maybe even not even in the same place, but in the same town. I had a couple days left on my trip, and I thought, you know what? I am really here for myself. Let me stay and have a nice time, and I won't have to interact with that person. I don't even have to think about... Yeah, and I wasn't even staying for the girl. It was just that she, like, the excitement of just her wanting to get to know me, or like enjoying my energy, which is something in real life that I struggle with, is like knowing that I'm kind and loving, and but also being like, I don't know what the energy is that I give off. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, like I wanted to explore my relationship with her, not in any type of romantic dating way, but just like as a person and a soul wanting to experience another soul, because it was clear that she had the same energy as me. Like I said, if she's my mirror, she was genuine like me and mature and understanding. Yeah, that's basically the dream. I cannot believe how impactful and insightful it was. And that's why I'm making this video of it. I wrote it in my journal for myself, but I'm making this video of it for myself also, but for other people. This is just such a big lesson that I've learned, and it has taken me a long fucking time. I have struggled, and I will minimize my own struggles so quickly, but it's like, no, it has been a struggle having this brain, having mental illness, but I'm more than that. I'm more than that, and you are more than that also. That was it. I feel like I explained everything as much as I could. It was just the biggest food for thought, the biggest, like, my inner soul, my subconscious showing me that it is possible, and that I am, even now, even when I was fully immersed in my ego and identity with suffering, I was still loved, and I am still loved now. And it makes me so emotional. I get emotional so quickly, but bad bitches let their emotions flow. Bad bitches know that their emotions are just something that you need to feel, and you move on from it. I'm really amazed and proud of myself for this growth. Yeah. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little, not even a story time, just like a dream story. I don't know what I'm going to call the video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe you took something away from this, learned something. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me and all of my things. If you watched this video, you are a fucking badass bitch, and I love you so much, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace!